Oh, baby.
Go, gadget, methadone dispenser.
I put jet on top of my gin.
And I already shake with discomfort. It all evaporates.
The collection of short stories by Judy
By Judy Bell. You ever smell the inside of a hat?
I liked it. It smelled like you.
Craigslist for hookers.
Craigslist?
No, but worse than that.
Zig and Larry ignore a topic. The best parts of hanging out with these guys without the hangover.
Hey!
Hey!
Here we are!
To another episode of Zig and Larry Ignored Their Own Goddamn Selves. What we forgot to do last week was tell you that we're on YouTube now. So if you are listening to this on Apple or on Spotify or anything else, you can go to our YouTube channel and you can see our faces. So please...
And we apologize in advance.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's your fault.
Yeah.
It's absolutely your fault. Fair warning. But please do so and subscribe to our channel. It makes one of us masturbate furiously out in the backyard.
You get to guess which one.
I don't have a yard.
Damn it.
What's up, buddy?
You're telling all my secrets. I'm good. I was just thinking about Malort again, because how could I not? It's a part of me now.
Dude, you have been... Okay, this is the second episode. We've done this twice in a row, so it's fine. But you've been verping Malort all day.
Yes, I have.
You decided to tamp it down with pork products, which is a bad call.
Well, it works in Chicago. I thought
It's bold call. I won't say bad. It's bold.
It made me remember the distillery Few. They did a version of Malort, and they were calling it Malort, and the Malort company was like, "You can't do that. That's our name. You can't." And they're like, "You got to rename it something." They went, "Okay." So they took all of their bottles that they had already done, that hadn't been distributed, took a black magic marker, covered it up, and then underneath wrote "Pain and Anguish." So if you don't want Malort, but you want to try a Malort substitute, Few Pain and Anguish.
I've said it before. If you haven't tried Malort, the best way that I've ever been able to describe it is if you can picture the smell of a bunch of hobos having horrible, unwashed homosexual sex inside of a boxcar on top of rotting grapefruits, congratulations, wring out their socks. That's Malort.
See, and I described it as if it's like sucking on a used butt plug. So we're very similar.
Used by who?
Yes.
The clergy? The Jetsons? I don't know.
Just the answer is yeah. It's been passed around. It's the communal butt plug. I do feel bad that my picture is covering up your background, so I'm going to move it for just a second,
Okay.
so those that are viewing can see this poor woman who's swallowing.
She's a patient of Dr. Blitzman.
Welcome back to Dr. Blitzman's.
I was trying to do Fishman first. I was going for Fish Woman, and she's terrifying, but in the wrong kind of way. We put a mackerel in her halfway, and then she just this is right before she started to cry. We got this photo.
This is Mrs. Fishman, and no relation to Mr. Fish. This is.
I know that this is illegal because this is stock photo that I just grabbed off Google, but I saw this. I'm like, that is the dumbest thing ever. But somebody paid this woman to have half a fish in her mouth.
Yeah.
For this shot. And she's just, I'm guessing she had a good day.
Look,
what do you have to do?
Once again, I'm not going to kink shame. I'm just going to kink question.
I'm going to kink question the hell out of this.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I could, Lair, I want to here. Hold on. I gotta finish this so that I can show you one of my new toys. I bought myself a new toy. I'm gonna try to do it without making a mess.
Is it the Malort butt plug?
It's just frozen Malort. Shove it up your ass. I don't know. See who shows up for dinner. I don't know. Give it a shot. It's gonna be a story. We promise you, Dr. Blitzman. Whatever happens with Dr. Blitzman, it's worth the story.
Malort, best taken anally.
milk. It does a body good, but only when taken orally.
I am sweating and it won't come out. Like the just like I
You
will.
did it to yourself. We've done it before.
Yeah. I know what I'm doing. I'm gonna get some Chinese food later. Soak this the rest of the way up.
We're having Jet's Pizza tonight because I hate cooking. I'm like,
Yeah.
just something deliver me something with dough on it and sausage. So check this out. Ready? This is my beer.
Well, look at that.
Today's Zig and Larry was brought to you by the beautiful people at Draft Top. They actually weren't. We're not sponsored by them. But I saw this thing advertised on one of my click holes, and I had to purchase it. This is a solution begging for a problem, and I bought it. They were on Kickstarter. They were on Shark Tank. It's a dumb thing, but it's so fun. I think you're going to want one. So what you do is you can turn any beer can into its own glass. So if you can't be bothered by pouring your beer into a glass, but you want it to be harder.
Yeah.
You don't want to treat a glass, but you want it to be more difficult. You take this bitch, you pull out that bitch, you put it on here, and then you do your best to do it over a towel, which I have done, and I will do, because it can make a mess if you do it wrong. But it literally, it cuts and crimps as you spin. It's a beer can opener, and you just kind of keep going around, and it takes a while. There's a definite learning curve, but as you do...
So get a towel. It's going to make a mess if you're not careful, and there's a learning curve. This
Correct.
is exactly what my wedding night sounded like.
It always with you at the wedding night. Jesus Christ. It's like you're George Burns doing jokes about the fact that you only got your dick wet after you got married.
What? I was a virgin.
A version of what? What I like about this is that you can't just take off the lid like you think you should. What they say is you take this out and you push the lid in. That's their idea. Which is kind of what you have to do because it doesn't just come off. But if you do, you got yourself, friend, one, and it does do a very good job. It's not sharp.
Sure.
Everybody, I mean. But you got yourself...
Hey kids, do you enjoy suicide but with extra steps? See, and I'm just over here back to my goofy juice.
I've been putting weird stuff in beers for forever, but I'm just making shandies now. But it does, and then you just take it off, and you get yourself the top right there, and your beer now no longer. I don't enjoy drinking beer out of a can. I will say this: I do enjoy drinking out of a glass. This is several more steps, and this little device only cost me $25.
That's a deal.
It's stupid. It's so stupid, but it's fun.
See, and I prefer canned
fun.
beer. I prefer canned beer.
I like glasses or bottles, but I like a pint glass or bottle. I don't like to drink out of a can for whatever reason. I just don't enjoy it. I don't know why.
See, I think it's just, probably for the fact that I didn't own shoes for the first 15 years of my life, so...
And you've resented them for the last 15.
You're not wrong.
We're both in shorts right now. It's not quite warm enough to. Are you wearing shoes, sir?
I have flip-flops next to me.
There you go. I have flip-flops in the next room. And it's warm enough that I looked down and looked at my talons that are growing off of my feet going, my poor wife, why is she dealing with me? That's terrifying. I'm amazed I haven't cut the sheets.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I took care of that.
Yeah, before I went to the podiatrist, I trimmed my hooves.
Well, you have to before you go to the podiatrist. Like the one time you floss is before you go to the dentist like an asshole. I do floss daily now. Oh, I had my scaling, the first half of the scaling.
Yeah? How'd that go?
Well, not bad, really. I'm having the second half next week on Wednesday, but the woman, I paid this woman after insurance $200 to do this to me. Such an asshole. But she numbs up legit half of your face. It's not like when you go to get like a cavity done where they numb up like one tooth, like an area. It's from my palate to the left, including half of your tongue, is just dead. So it didn't hurt, but it was weird. And she gave me so much Novocaine for 3 hours. I was terrified to eat anything or have a Tic Tac because I thought I was going to chew through my own goddamn tongue. The worst part was one of the shots that she gave me went right where my wisdom tooth used to be, into the jaw / muscle back
How
there.
dare you.
And then to get all of it numb, she moved it around. After she put it in, it's like a little and a like here and there. Now, granted, it's not that bad, but it's unnerving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like my podiatrist. Are you much of a bleeder? Snip,
Yeah, why are we
snip.
doing this?
What?
We're putting our trust in this stranger. It's like, and she says, "You're gonna feel a pinch." Your guy says, "Are you much of a bleeder?" And we're like, "Oh yeah, just do whatever you're gonna do with me." How much does this cost? It hurts. Good, thanks.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It's like they both went to medical school and got taught by Dr. Blitzman.
My great-grandmother lived to be 107. She smoked a corn cob pipe that she made for herself every year. You think she ever had a scaling or a de-hoofing? No.
No. That's funny. I had a great-grandma that smoked a corncob pipe. She had jet black hair her entire life. She was 4'10", and she always ate dessert first.
We might be related. That sounds like my great-grandmother.
She also kept a double-barrel shotgun full of rock salt within arm's reach wherever she went.
For trick-or-treaters.
Trick or treat, trick bitches, bam! It don't kill them, but makes them run funny.
It's so nice out. This might be our last episode if I don't accidentally kill myself. I bought a bicycle.
Okay, all right, okay, okay.
Ask me what kind.
What kind of bicycle?
Red.
Okay.
Dude, it's just like it's like a secondhand Franken bike that was like refurbished by some dude roughly in my neighborhood.
Is it like a cruiser or is it like a 10-speed?
It's a hybrid street bike. So instead of like the 10-speed handlebars, it's like a 1-gear conversion.
Okay.
For street. It's got a couple of brakes. It's red. I don't recognize the brand, even though it says it on the handlebars, but it's been painted 3 times over, but it's got new tires, new gears, new chain. I was desperate looking for one last year during the pandemic, like the beginning of the pandemic. In Chicago, you couldn't find a used bike.
Right.
And let's be honest, I am not.
I just passed the verps on to you.
Oh yeah, dude, I got a little bit of the.
Nah.
You ever belch from your gallbladder? Nope. What does it taste like? Bad. You ever have a waffle that came out of somebody's butt? Nope. Good. Don't.
Yeah, I can't recommend it, but that's the closest I can describe it.
I can't recommend it, but let me pen you a tome.
A sonnet, if you will.
But last year you couldn't find a bike, and there's a bunch of like secondhand bike stores. There's a bunch of people who do it like as a side gig. They just like they're makers, or they find old stuff and they refurbish them and sell them. But everybody was like trying to get something to a bike. I'm not going to spend $700 to $1,000 to more than that on a bicycle. People who are more serious, absolutely get yourself a really nice one. I'm just going to dick around down by the lake. You know what I mean? Like once a week. But I found this dude. He's great. His name is Igor. And what's weird is that it's his real name, And he's the second Igor I've ever actually met. And they've both been real human beings who do stuff. The first Igor was a great electrician who fixed my old house. This guy fixes bicycles.
Does he wear black New Balance?
It's entirely. I don't know what he wears. He was barefoot and he just had a derby on. He looked like he was from 1812. No, that's not true. He was a very nice dude. He did, however, come out with an old man, who was definitely Eastern European, Russian. I'm not sure, but like a thick accent. So he comes by the name Igor, very honestly, and he let me take it around the block. It was like I haggled him down $10 because that's what you do, because it's fun. You know what I mean? It's like $190, but it's really, really nice. But then the old man standing behind, like, if you have a problem with the bicycle, please bring back. We fix. No charge. And like, I think that's Igor's dad or granddad or great granddad. It's impossible to tell.
Handler from the old country.
But I'm very excited. It's just a groovy secondhand Frankenbike.
Yeah, and that's I'm a little jealous. That sounds rad because we've been looking to replace our bikes because we had.
Oh yeah, you talked about that.
Yeah, and so we've been wanting to do that, but being homeowners, we have to keep replacing and fixing shit on the house every time. We're like, let's go get bikes. Oh no, now we need a dishwasher. That's fun. Yeah, we've been washing dishes by hand for like 2 months.
Did it take a huge shit?
Oh yeah. It took a big old dumper, and we had somebody come out, and we thought they had fixed it, and then it shit its pants again, and I did everything I could. I did everything YouTube said to do. Everything short of hitting it with a hammer. Which I'm still not unwilling to try.
At this point, you might as well.
Yeah, it's not going to hurt it. But no, we bought a new one. We actually get it tomorrow, which is nice. So, I know the kids are about to revolt because they're like, have we got a new dishwasher yet? No, we haven't, because you require things like shoes and food, and therefore you can hand wash a dish.
We have a new mattress coming on Monday, thanks to the government. Because you work for the government, were you ever on furlough, or did you work straight through?
Straight through. So they sent us home for 2 weeks because they weren't sure what they were going to do, and then they brought us in long enough to send us back home. So they're like, get all of your equipment and go back home and start working from home, and here's how you're going to set up your VPN, this, that, and the other. So it was, we've been here, although now they're starting to, what I love is suddenly they're starting to tell people, well, if you don't improve your production, then we're going to bring people in to the office to work in person, because nothing helps morale more than
having an overseer.
Yes, an overseer during a pandemic where you have to wear a mask all day and stay to yourself. And I was like, nothing proves that our workplace cares less about our health and well-being than, hey, we understand that this has been a hard time, but it's been a year, and fuck you now. If you're not keeping up, we're bringing you in here, and we're going to browbeat you until you do, because everyone responds well to that.
Yeah, so go in this terrarium, wear the K95 mask and the face shield, and speak on the phone to people.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I was like...
You want your pension, bitch?
Yeah.
Get in the terrarium.
Get in the terrarium. You and the rest of the tortoises we don't care about.
Right.
And now, I get it. They want to bring everybody back eventually, and I know that with some of the work that we do, some of the upper management has had to take over, and that's not fair to them, quite honestly, because it's a lot for one person to try to deal with that aspect of this one aspect of our job. But I was like, well, why can't we just eliminate that aspect? If nothing has proven to us that that is an antiquated aspect of the job, it's this past year. So why don't, nope, this is how we've always done it, and we're going to continue to do it this way. And we're bringing everybody back eventually. Once everyone gets the vaccine, we're going back to normal. And, and I know, like, Nick was just bummed because she's thrived working from home. And she's never had a problem with the job. Like, I understand. I've been a slacker and an underachiever my entire life.
It's only because we're bored with bureaucracy.
Yes.
I'm the same way, but I do manage to thrive on paper.
That's the thing. They look at what my work, and they look at me, and they're like, "Hey, we think you're great, but if you don't fix some of these numbers," and I'm like, "I'm doing everything I can." And Nicole is, God love her, she's just good at everything. Everything brain-wise, she's real good at. She reads
a more romantic tome has never been written. My wife real good brain. Hey everybody, look at this turd. What you want to name it?
That's pretty much that does describe our relationship, though. Larry's got a strong back. Nicole's got a good brain.
Nicole's good with helping the kids with their goddamn homework. Larry's out back chopping wood. We don't have a fireplace. No, but he's good at it.
So we just let him go. Mm-hmm. Just let him go.
We got a plenty of wood.
We've got so much fire. We actually do have firewood in the back, and our neighbors occasionally be like, "Hey, can we come get some firewood? Because you got take all you want. You want?
Yeah, sure.
I'm not using it. And I can't, and you can't, because of the emerald ash borer, you can't travel with
because of
firewood.
What?
It's an alien invasive species called the emerald ash borer. That it's an insect.
You didn't make that up.
No, it's an insect.
That sounds like something off of Skyrim. Like the emerald ash borer.
Emerald.
Oh, okay.
The emerald ash borer. So it's an insect that bores into ash trees and such and kills them off. And so there's been this big moratorium on, if you're going camping, you can't buy firewood outside of the county that you're in. So I can't take firewood camping with me. I have to buy it from whatever county I'm in.
So that you won't
spread the emerald ash borer.
Even though you're going to put it on a fire.
Yes. Because they were discovering that that's how it was spreading. Okay. Is people hauling firewood from different areas to different areas. Larry got good brain sometimes too.
I never said you didn't, pal.
I know. I realized I went from joking about how stupid I was to all of a sudden be like, well, let me tell you about this alien invasive species that...
I've never heard of that. I've never heard those words in that order. Emerald ash borer.
Yeah. Well, that one time at that sex shop, but that was different.
Not that sex shop. Our sex shop.
Yes.
Our favorite sex shop.
We refer to it as the emerald ass borer.
At this woman's favorite sex shop.
Mr. Fishes.
It's just a woman sucking on a fish. That's all it is. Sucking on a raw fish.
That's Mr. Fish's, it's his OnlyFans account.
Face first. Lord. I want to know if that's a real fish. I want to know if it's somehow photoshopped, or if they're just like, here's a mackerel, suck on it. Click.
Oh, I went to college.
Did you know? I mean, I did, but I learned fuck all.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say is we've laughed about it because in high school and college, I mean, the second time I went to college, I put an effort, but I was still a smartass. I was still
the second half of the first time you went to college. Let's say that.
Yeah.
You did part of it. You took a break and then you finished.
Yeah. Fair enough. Okay. But I was still, just okay, good enough. I'm fine. And she's over here graduating with honors everywhere she went, top of her class all the time. And I'm just like, what is it that made you go, that one, the smartass? Because we've been in trainings together. There it is. Oh, that cut meat.
Wow.
Yeah.
That caught me. You okay?
Yeah,
There's
good.
some on your shirt, but it's
No, that's just the shirt.
How are you that big and have no chest hair? But there's some a little bit on.
Yeah, I got chest hair.
Yeah, you have 7. I see it.
Fuck you. I've got plenty.
No, it's just translucent.
It's very light. It's I've got blonde and at this point probably gray.
Adorable.
Yeah, I also.
Hold on, you took offense. I feel bad. I watched it. No. I have chest hair too, Dad.
I'm just gonna button up my shirt.
Yeah, there you go. Button up your shave, you prick.
Fuck
Button
you.
it up.
You like this? Huh? Take a look at this.
God.
Anyway, but yeah, we've been in trainings together where I'm constantly just sitting next to her, just like being like making jokes and shit, and she's looking at me, she's like, would you be quiet? Would you? And I was like, oh, this is, she always thought, she was like, no, and if we went to high school together, I think we'd have been friends. I'm like, you would have fucking hated me. I can tell you that right now. You would have fucking hated me because I am the one, like, I'm the kid that's always leaning over me and like, and here's another joke. And yeah, there's points where she looks at me, she's like, you have to knock it off. I'm trying. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. And then I'm sitting there like, I'm trying to take notes, and then I'm falling asleep. It's like, just let me make jokes, and I stay awake.
I'm going to figure out a way to get an A on this without learning this.
Uh-huh.
That is my goal. And I'm usually pretty good at that.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it my way.
Man, I am pasty today. I don't know if it's the...
Yeah, it's today.
Maybe I just noticed it.
You're a fucking Viking, dude. You're Nordic. You are goddamn pasty, blue-eyed, with a huge fucking blonde beard. That's just who you are. There's nothing wrong with that. You're not swarthy, nor will you ever be.
I got some new lights.
I hate it so much. Oh, okay, so that one makes it look like Vision.
Hold on. Let's do this real quick.
Okay, that one is... That's Vision. Okay.
Yeah.
That's horrible. You're like somebody from Avatar who got put on the... Oh, no.
Oh,
hey, look at that. If you're... God, I'm having a seizure. Jesus Christ, don't enjoy it. Lord, don't enjoy your mistake. Own it, but move on.
See, this is supposed to be a strobe, and it doesn't do anything.
That's not a strobe. That's just a... Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're gently going through our own laudanum adventure. What in the piss? Okay, yeah, sure. So if you this Dr. Blitzman will do this to you. If you look at people who are usually pasty and bald, they're gonna make you go through all the colors of the rainbow, plus a couple you never thought about.
There. See, I got them because I thought they'd be fun. They were $8.
Yeah, it's worth $8.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A little whimsy.
Worth more than this goddamn $25 debacle.
Oh, what else did I get for? Oh yeah, I got this little thing that my computer sits on now too. It's got drawers. I don't know what it's a platform. Anyway, hey, we should probably talk about a subject.
Yeah, sure. It's halfway through.
Don't do that. Oh, why are you doing this to me? First off...
Hold on. Don't look down towards your dick and say, why are you doing this to me, while you're fiddling with something.
Why not?
I don't know, you just sound like a eunuch on a bad day. It's just like,
I think every day's a bad day for a eunuch.
Yeah, it depends. If you're a castrati, you have a really nice soprano.
Dateline, March 19th, 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Wax figure of Trump moved in Texas because people kept punching it in the face.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Dateline, the network news show.
No. That's like...
Oh, excuse me. Okay, so you're just saying...
Yeah.
Timestamp.
Yeah, timestamp. So,
Okay.
this was from a couple days ago. And,
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
wax figure of Trump moved in Texas because people kept punching it in the face.
Where was it? Where'd they move it to? I'm going to guess the word Walmart comes in someplace soon.
Tussauds Waxworks is where it was, in San Antonio. And they...
Madame Tussauds in San Antonio? Like the actual... Okay, sure.
They said, we've always had trouble with the presidential section because no matter what president it was, Bush, Obama, or Trump, they've all had people beat them.
Okay, sure. So they had to move it. Where'd they move it to? The alley?
I think so. I think they just, like, threw it out.
The back of some guy's Volvo?
They just sent it home with Dale. Dale, just go put this in the garage. You got it.
And Dale's the problem. Like, who... I get that you're angry with the universe, and you think the country is being run incorrectly, but if it's a Trump statue in Texas, San Antonio is bluish, but, like, what's going on with your life that you think punching a wax mannequin is going to help your day? It's like, I can't possibly go to the Cracker Barrel and have a lovely fish sandwich unless I punch this goddamn wax mannequin in the mouth and put it on Instagrams so everybody knows my political standing. Like, why? Why?
Yeah, I don't... They're not like they gave a reason. They're just like, all the presidents have been all the wax presidents have been attacked.
6 years ago, there was a midget who just attacked Obama with a wiffle ball bat. Like, it was just his thing. It's like, I don't like Obamacare. So he just, like, beat the hell out of it. And his nose all fucked up. And he fell down on the side. Next to Melania, and Sasha. Just like, ah. And the dog that they had, which is Portuguese something or other.
The Portuguese something or other. One of my favorite breeds.
The French champagne. So, yeah.
Give the Portuguese something or other.
I'm now just picturing Peter Dinklage beating a wax figure of Obama with a wiffle ball bat. That sounds like a really good, like, shitty video game. Keep clicking left. He'll just keep until his face is all messed up. And Dinklage, he's gonna do it.
Get him, Dinklage.
I don't know. I like Peter Dinklage. He's a very good actor.
Yes, he is. He's phenomenal, and he's got a great voice.
Mm-hmm.
I had found a couple stories. But that one really cracked me up. The idea that somebody just walked into a wax museum, and that's the thing. They had his Trump's figure between Putin and Kim Jong.
I mean,
and they chose to punch Trump, not the two dictators.
Well, at least with Putin and Kim Jong the third, you know what they're about.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And they don't care about it. They don't pretend like they're something else. Well, actually, Putin does, but he just rides shirtless on top of a grizzly bear in front of his own people and says, "Do you want some?"
Who like it? You like it. You like
Kim
daddy?
Kim Jong-un, on the other side, he likes savory. He's a big fan of, like, the snacks. He's a little pudgy around the middle, the edges, and possibly kills his uncle and one or two wives. But in the middle, you got Trump, and that's who you just attack with abandon.
For whatever, because yes, you attack his wax figure. You're really making a statement.
I jerked off in my own sock and left it in the garbage can. So now I have to attack this wax figurine. Why? Because all the things I do in this universe are impotent, but I have to do them. It means nothing.
This means nothing. So
I'm changing the world for nobody to see.
I'm not even changing my own world. I'm still going to scream intimately and impotently into the void.
Mm-hmm.
Whee! All right, some more goofy.
That's kind of
juice.
like our show.
Mm-hmm. Who likes goofy juice? That's me. Hey, are you familiar with Bog People?
Not intimately. No.
I've never had dinner with them, but
No.
But you know, do you know what they are?
I know what a bog is.
Okay, so a bog body is a human cadaver. God bless it. A human cadaver.
3, 2, 1, cadaver.
Abracadaver. Down here at Dr. Blitzman's, we have magic cadavers we refer to as I've created a new supervillain known as Abracadaver. He's dead but can do sleights of hands. Show him. He can make his own hand disappear. Don't ask where he keeps it.
You're going with this.
Down here at Dr.
Downhill. That's where you're going.
Dr.
Downhill.
Blitzman's Emporium of Supervillainy.
You are skiing down the black diamond at Dr. Blitzman right now with no brakes, no helm.
Here's the thing. I'm aiming towards the trees.
One ski, you're aiming towards the trees. One of your balls is out just to feel the breeze. Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm taunting a bear chasing me. Come and get it, you fat fuck. If the tree don't get me, I'm beating the shit out of you with this pole.
When your life motto is, come get me, fuckers, interesting things happen.
It's true.
Check out our YouTube channel, Zig and Larry Ignore Topic. Hit us up, zigandlarryignore.topic at gmail.com. We will do stupid stuff to amuse you.
You know what? You want to see me do stupid stuff on camera? I'll do it. You know, I mean, within reason. I don't bounce like I used to.
So what was your point there?
It's up here, but if I wear a hat, nobody can tell.
I'm sorry, what was your subject?
Bog people.
Yes, excuse me. Christ.
A bog body is a human cadaver that has been naturally mummified in a peat bog. Such bodies, sometimes known as bog people, are both geographically and chronologically widespread, having been dated to between 8000 BCE and the Second World War. The unifying factor of the bog bodies is that they have been found in peat and are partially preserved. However, the actual levels of preservation vary widely, from perfectly preserved to mere skeletons. Can you imagine being the first motherfucker that came across that?
Well, one, your day in life is going interesting if you're just wandering a bog. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna go ramble the bog. If you want to make the waffles, I'll be back in a bit.
I'm bog rambling. That's what I do. Every Saturday morning, I just go out bog rambling.
Yeah. So your day is already weird, and you find a body that is somewhere in between a skeleton and possibly just breathing Uncle Joe. Like, it's just... Ugh.
It looks like a raisin wrapped in thin leather.
There used to be a nose there.
Or not. I don't know what people looked like back then.
Where... Help me out. Where are bogs common? Louisiana, I'm guessing. What's the difference between a swamp and a bog? If you had to guess, gun to your head.
Real estate prices.
I was going to say less bodies. But,
I like how you Christopher Walken'd that. Less bodies.
A swamp turns into a bog. once there's bodies in the swamp, it turns into a bog.
It turns into a bog once there's enough bodies in it.
We are not good at impressions. I am not good.
I thought that Christopher Walken was looking right back at me. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
God, it's because we've been burping up our own Malort for several
decades.
Decades? Yeah. Right.
So the oldest known bog body is the skeleton of... Sure.
Spell.
Kjolbjergman. Koelbjerg space man. Kjolbjergman.
Is there weird like punctuation above a
No.
U?
No umlauts or nothing. But it's from Denmark. Yeah. The oldest fleshed bog body is that of Cashelman, who I love. Now we're just going back to the bad superheroes and supervillains. Cashelman, he's mostly rotted. 2000 BC, during the Bronze Age. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, Denmark, Germany, the Netherlands, the UK, Sweden, Poland, and Ireland. That's where you'll find these bog bodies. I love this. More recent theories postulate that bog people were perceived as social outcasts, or witches, as legal hostages killed in anger over broken treaty arrangements, or as victims of an unusual death eventually buried in bogs according to traditional customs. So, hey, you're a witch, we're gonna wrap you in peat and dunk you in this cold, dank water.
Are they legal hostages? Yes, they are legal hostages. Very good.
Then dunk them, wrap them in peat.
And then put them in the swamp? Yes, then they come out. It's a bog. Very good.
Excellent. We're making some type of human tea in this. It was a swamp. Now we've dunked them for long enough. And we're
making up a new word. It's inhume. When you take a body out of the grass, it's exhume, but we're inhuming them, you see? We put them in the bog, and then we hope that in thousands of years, their teeth might still be there. Why? Science, bitch! Very good.
For more on this, we bring you Dr. Blitzman.
Hi, how you doing? I'm Dr. Blitzman. I'm in every single epoch and era. So what I'm doing is I got all these people. They are legally mine. So I'm going to put them in the swamp for reasons. One of them is still gurgling, but there's an extra couple of bucks. And then at the end of it, we're going to see how slimy it gets.
Hey, I'm turning this swamp into a bog. You're welcome.
In 100 years, I hope this is going to be Botox.
The German scientist Alfred Dick published a catalog of more than 1,850 bog bodies that he had counted between 1939 and 1986. Here's the thing. No one asked him to.
Are you reading that or just saying?
I just said that. That is... Okay. Yeah.
For 50 years, what are you doing? I'm finding hundreds of bog bodies. Yeah.
And I'm just counting them. Are you doing anything else with them? That's none of your goddamn business, is it?
No, I'm counting them, and I watch Caddyshack. That's all I do. I find a goddamn body in the swamp, and then I call it a bog, and then we put that in the Guinness book, and then I watch Caddyshack. That's really it. Every once in a bit, Ghostbusters, but mostly Caddyshack.
Mostly Caddyshack. If I catch it on TV, I don't care. It's got commercials. I'll watch it then too. It's just I watch Caddyshack.
So I'm sorry. Yes, to answer your question, Jimmy Fallon, that's the weirdest thing about me.
That is the weirdest thing I've ever fucked.
What's the weirdest thing you've ever fucked? Let me get my diary.
I have a vision board. I'd like to bring it out.
It's mostly meat, Shakira, and mayonnaise pictures. Now here, let me just break it down.
Let me do this math for you, please.
Do a back of the napkin.
Does Does anyone have a cardboard box and a Sharpie? I got it.
They say you can't fuck a red onion, but here's the thing.
Dr. Blitzman, please bring out the whiteboard.
Absolutely. Here we go. Squeaky, 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 squeaky.
I drew a penis. Yes, you did, Dr. Blitzman. Thank you.
We have not said anything real in the last 20 minutes.
Bog chemistry. The preservation of bog bodies in peat bogs is a natural phenomenon and the result of human mummification processes. It is caused by the unique physical and biochemical composition of the bogs. Different types of bogs can affect the Mumford and Son process, the mummification process, differently.
Gotcha.
Raised bogs best preserves the corpses, whereas thins and transitional bogs, whatever the fuck that, tend to preserve harder tissues, such as the skeleton, rather than soft tissue. A limited number of bogs have the correct conditions of preservation of mammalian tissue. Most of these are located in colder climates near bodies of salt water. Denmark, and such, as we mentioned.
Denmark and such.
Denmark and such.
Where the bogs are. The good bogs.
That's where
the good bogs for preserving mammals.
That's where
Denmark and such.
I buy my bed sheets and windmills, is Denmark and such.
That's what Forever 21 is called around Norway, Finland, and Denmark. It's just Denmark and such.
Denmark and such. Denmark and such. Squeeze your balls into this.
Absolutely, yeah. You get a lot of like really awkward underwear, black lights, things that you can just like eat off somebody's butt.
No, you're thinking of Spencer's.
What that means.
You're thinking of Spencer's.
Yeah, but in Denmark, it's called Denmark and such. In Finland and Sweden, it's called Denmark and such.
Gotcha. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Forever 20 oops.
Forever 20. Forever she said she was 21, officer.
Forever 20-ish.
Forever close enough.
Forever let me get you a towel.
Forever here's money for a cab. The bog chemical environment involves a completely saturated acidic environment where considerable concentrations of organic acids, which contribute most to the low pH of bog waters, and aldehydes are present. Layers of... This is the word sphagnum. You remember that old show, Sphagnum P.I.?
I just remember the mustache.
Who doesn't remember the mustache?
I just remember the mustache. Jesus.
And, there was a brief conversation yesterday about Tom Selleck and how all of us agreed. Everyone that was around, we were like, yes, I would have sex with that man. If he asked, who am I to say no? That's Magnum P.I. I'd like Quigley go down to my down under. Historical context.
Just wanted to let that sit. Yeah, sure.
Just sit. Let's let it sit there. Who cares about the historical context? There's stuff during the Iron Age and medieval to modern periods. Oh, here's where, and you're gonna say, of course. America has its own bog people.
Is this episode about bog people?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I just picked that up. Okay, good. So America has their own. Let's call it in Louisiana.
Boy, oh boy.
Mobile?
No. A number of skeletons found in Florida have been called bog people. These skeletons are the remains of people buried in peat between 5,000 and 8,000 years ago during the early and middle Archaic period in the Americas. The peat at the Florida sites is loosely consolidated and much wetter than in European bogs because, we're looser with our sexuality here.
Mm-hmm.
As a result, the skeletons are well preserved, but skin and most, not all, Most. Internal organs have not been preserved.
Everything except for the pancreas. Most. The
Most.
pancreas is a bastard. It refuses to play.
The skeletons are well preserved, blah, blah, blah. Exception is that preserved brains have been found in nearly 100 skulls.
How preserved? Like, you can make a ceviche out of it?
As
Or-
preserved as mine is.
Okay, so it's firing enough.
Yeah. You stick a car battery to it, it will make noise.
It can drive the Prius. Don't let it vote on its own. It's somewhere in there.
Yeah, give it a suggestion. Yeah, Pickles. No, you can't have Pickles as president. President Pickles. Yeah, buddy. No, just put your hand here. Okay. So, yeah, that's, again, imagine being, like, from another region. And you are out conquering this new place, and you come across a body of water, and you and the people that you're with are like, we gotta cross this body of water to get over here. It's the quickest way, and over there's the village that we're gonna set on fire and steal its stuff, and let's just cut through here. It doesn't look that deep, and you get in there, and it's just hundreds of bog people. I know that I would be making it boggier with the brown cloud that was behind me.
Well, it's weird when there's hundreds of them, because they all got there at the same time. You figure if there's one, it's like, that could be an accident. If there's hundreds of them, you're like, ugh, these people had a really rough Wednesday. Like, all right, god damn it, everybody, none of this worked out. To the bog? Yes, to the bog.
I told you that Coochie Coo and the bears was not going to work.
And you were right, I was wrong. To the bog.
Wolves and Tutu Tuesdays is not a good idea. I was trying to bring whimsy to the village. Well, you brought death. A lot of death. We gotta start fucking because we're out of kids.
They're all wearing Bermuda shorts and Hawaiian t-shirts because, Jesus, the day went poorly. They wanted to go hiking, and what's a hike? It's a walk that will kill you. Okay.
Everything will kill us.
The middle of the bog. How do you know you're done? Keep breathing it in until you feel you're done.
You just get real sleepy. It's sleepy time.
Mm-hmm.
Time for a nap. Hundreds of bog bodies have been recovered and studied.
How?
Hundreds. The bodies that have been most commonly found in the northern European countries of, once again, Denmark, Germany, the Netherlands, United Kingdom, and Ireland. I just figured that the ones in Ireland were all a mistake.
Well, I mean, God, you and I are both just fighting back the goddamn horrible burps. But,
Can you tell because I'm squinting?
yeah. Hold on. Bog people. Bog people.
I think
Let's
I've
make
got...
this funny. Shh, hold my hand. Just let's make this funny. Mm-hmm.
Press your forehead against mine. Press it against mine.
In Ireland, they actually had hot.
I feel like I'm full of bug people.
This is what happens after the gas. Yeah.
I probably should have put more food in my body. I think that's my
No,
problem.
you did it with sausage. Yeah, that's thing one.
Yeah.
Is go straight for greasy meat. That's the thing you want to do.
That's title of my sex tape.
Go straight for greasy meat.
Go straight for the
Larry
greasy
Smith. Larry Smith, a love story in 3 acts. Go straight for the greasy meat. Epilogue. So sorry.
Whoopsie doodles.
So sorry. Get a paper towel.
There's some wet ones underneath the bed.
My love story. There's a mop for that.
Get in the leave-ins bin and grabbed that Mr.
crimes.
Clean magic eraser.
Sex crimes and a wet Swiffer. The things you do for love.
Just grab that old T-shirt. It's time for it to go.
We thought it was pretty, covered in pet hair. The Larry Smith story.
I'd like to amend that my previous one. Grab that old T-shirt. Grab that old T-shirt and give me something to remember you by.
Yep, and this is why neither one of us will ever make it to Congress.
I don't want to go to Congress.
It seems fun. All you have to do is not vote and bitch.
And take naps.
Mm-hmm. And if you're Strom Thurmond, be a horrible human being for 100 years.
Yes, 100 full years. That man, he was a bog person. I think they just kept wheeling in.
He's still alive.
Is he?
Sure. As far as you know, he'd be 128. Probably. I don't know. But yeah, he was terrible.
Yeah.
Racist piece of shit.
Yes.
A lot of mixed babies. Just like, my name is something Thurman. Daddy never loved me. Jesus.
Yeah, he was a real pile of trash, that Strom Thurmond. But man, could he make a linguine like nobody's business.
And really, really, really poor at the harmonica. Just poor.
Yeah. But great if he played it with his buttholes.
Plural?
Mm-hmm.
Both of them.
Strom Thurmond had 3 buttholes.
Named?
Reginald,
Mm-hmm.
Vell, and Johnson.
All right, that's obviously just on the wall in front of you, but whatever.
I would also like to apologize to Reginald Vell Johnson. He seems like a good dude.
I'm not named after all 3 of Strom Thurmond's buttholes. What in the hell happened to this episode? We've gone off the rails, sir.
Like, that's different from any other episode. Like, I think
it's the same but more aggressive.
The same but more aggressive. It's how I describe my wife. How's she doing? The same but more aggressive.
Don't touch her. Don't poke her with a stick. It's the same but more aggressive.
She's found new places to stab me.
It's like an old Rottweiler. It's like, no, he's fine. He's the same, just more aggressive. So you don't want to... Don't touch his tail.
Don't sneak up on his blind side. Which side's his blind side? All of them.
The front.
The front, the back, the side. Pretty much you just throw a Nerf ball at him and then hope that he hears your voice.
Here's the thing. If he can smell you, he gonna bite you. That's the thing.
I know we should put him down, but every time I try, he takes the gun away from me and turns it back.
That's why we leave him in the empty, above-ground swimming pool.
He grabs it, looks at me, and says, "Try it, pussy." And then I cry. And then he spits on me and then throws the gun.
I don't know what we're talking about anymore.
An old Rottweiler that apparently has thumbs and can disarm a man.
Sure.
Yep. It makes as much sense as any other fucking thing we've ever done.
Oh, God.
Yeah. What you learned today, buddy?
What a question. Okay. I learned that it took me up until minute 50 before I realized that the subject was bogs somehow.
Bog People.
Bog people. I don't think you ever presented it as such.
Bog People. The first thing I said was, have you ever heard of Bog People?
Oh, yeah, I just thought it was the intro to something else, I guess. I'm not certain.
You ever heard of Bog People? I don't fucking... What are you saying? You've spewed nothing but nonsense and goofy juice.
I learned the best thing that you and I could ever do is do 2 episodes in a row, because I know that I'm going to watch this at some point and feel really bad about myself and actually strive to do better at work.
Oh, I have no future in this. I really need to do better at this thing that pays me.
What did you learn, sir?
I learned that my Malort and sausage belches can be passed on to you somehow. I learned that that's it. Honestly, that's it. I learned nothing else.
You're striving so hard to remember something that happened in the last hour. God.
And I don't. And I feel bad, but I also feel bad. Like, I feel physically not good. Not good. I want to say I gotta stop doing this to myself, but I'm never going to.
No, not until next April when it kills us both.
I do it less, if that means anything to anybody. Because I don't know if it means anything to my liver.
Finally got my test results back from the doctor. Liver and kidneys, totally fine. My cholesterol, completely within parameters now.
Huh. I know that any trip to the doctor, they just look at us and they go, how? How? Why? What? This isn't possible. They should study us. And be like, they just keep doing it to themselves, and yet they haven't broken down yet.
It's going to be something weird. It's going to be like, what killed Ziegler? Mind worms. What? Yeah, he was the first one, and then it turned into a whole thing.
Oh, mind worms?
Yeah, he was patient 0 of Midwest mind worms. You're kidding me. No. And then they come out your nose, and then you start speaking in an Irish brogue for no reason, and then you have the worms come out. It's a whole big thing, and they have the face of George Burns on them. It's fucking terrifying. Sentient mind worms.
Sentient mind worms.
And other short stories.
By Judy Blume.
Thank you.
I've already forgotten the name of the doctor. Dr. Blitzman. That's what it was. Dr. Blitzman. Here at Dr. Blitzman Science Works, we're creating a new form of worm that goes into your brain. We called it mind worms. Why does it have the face of George Burns? Because I was a fan. Any hoozles. Here he is.
It has a cigar. It was burnt on the end, but never actually smoldering. George Burn mind worms. Why? Because Larry can do a Zoidberg expression.
That's right.
Jesus. All right. I'm going to call it, pal.
Yeah, I love you.
Love you back.
Parts about hanging out with these guys. God damn it, son of a bitch, motherfuck.